Heat of the summer, and we have a problem known as summer limb drop. This is an interesting occurrence where it doesn't matter if there's any wind. It's usually associated with branches drying out, and you'll have big branches or whole trees sometimes split and fall apart. Got quite a problem right here, and if you look way up there, you can see a significant branch just snapped. Right there, that's a eucalyptus tree. Let's go look at the butt end and see what's going on. Now what's interesting is that's the branch that fell and it hit the trunk of this much larger sycamore tree and took it out. It's down from the base here. And there are 3 wires right there and it didn't take the wires out. That's kind of odd. There's where the sycamore tree got impacted. Let's see what's going on down here. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like there's some decay in there. I don't see the roots having lifted up, but just snapped off right there. This is a fairly significant tree. Well, there's the eucalyptus limb that's snapped, and I see a lot of discoloration in here. What I'm looking for is an old wound or something that could be tied to that discoloration to see why it became weak. But this just happened, and I can't feel any moisture at all in the wood. It feels just unbelievably dry. So that's the entire limb with an odd snap. And if you look up at it, it was more of an upright limb that kind of filled up that area of the sky up there. Now, here's something that has me really perplexed. I looked all the way around and I could not see an old wound. Now, maybe there's something up along the trunk here from a long time ago that has been completely encapsulated, but I don't see it. I see a few old stubs way up high where branches have broken off. And generally, when you have this much discoloration in the wood here, it's directly associated with an old wound or an old decay pocket or something that would cause the wood to change like that. To me, it seems apparent that that's the reason that that was so weak. But what really scares me is I don't think I could have recognized that if I was up in the tree. I'm sure I could not have seen that as being a weakness or a section of the tree that was ready to fall apart. Now, had a climber gone beyond that, someone could have gotten killed quite easily. So when I see something as pronounced and as abrupt as this weakness here that I couldn't have seen, that really worries me, you know, because I get up in the trees and I send guys up in the trees. And I certainly don't want anybody to get killed due to a tree falling apart. The trunk of this eucalyptus is quite substantial. It's about 6 feet across at the base. And the height of the tree is easily 100 feet. It's hard to look up because of the sun, so there's still a lot of mass up there. But you can see how big that's probably a 24-inch diameter limb that took out all of this. And just to add to the problem, it took out a decent-sized limb on this oak tree. I snapped it right there when the sycamore fell on it. You know, tree work is dangerous for a lot of reasons, but I'd like to think that I can predict when something is going to happen because of what I find. And if you look up there, you can see that it was a big clean break, 24-inch diameter trunk that came down and took out another tree all of a sudden without any warning. Summer limb drop.